Our last speaker before we hear from some of the organizations, the last member of Congress, is Representative Kristi Noem. She is a freshman representative. She's on the Ag Committee. She's on the Natural Resources and Education Committee, the Workforce Committee. She's the freshman class liaison to the Republican House leadership team, actively farmed with her family for 17 years, owned and operated a hunting operation, and helped manage the family restaurant. She's also been instrumental in leading a bipartisan effort with Congressman Welch with 79 other members asking the leadership to bring the Farm Bill to the floor. So she's committed to signing a discharge petition to get the Farm Bill to the floor. Please help me welcome Congressman Noem.
Well, it's good to see all of you. Thank you. And thank you, Roger, for that nice introduction. You know, we have a lot of South Dakotans here today, and so I want to welcome them. And Rick was telling me there's a lot of North Dakotans here, too, so the Dakotas are well represented. You know, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think about is breakfast. I like to eat, and I don't know if any of you out there like to eat. Amen. Yeah. You know, I'm usually a milk and cereal kind of person. I usually battle between Wheaties and Raisin Bran. The other morning I chose Raisin Bran, and as I was pouring the milk over my cereal, I got to thinking about what was in my bowl. The milk probably came from dairy cows that were born and fed and milked on American dairy farms here. The grain probably came off of farms and was planted and harvested, and here, right here in our could have been the great state of South Dakota or in this country. And there's a disconnect in this country about how that food gets from the field to the table. And that's the story that we need to continue to tell, is that we feed this world, that we feed this country. You know, Farmers Feed America is not just a slogan. It's what we do, and it's what we're dedicated to every single day. I grew up on a family farm and ranch where we raised corn, wheat, and soybeans, and also beef cattle, and I farmed for years with my family. It's a risky business. You know, we go out, a lot of farmers borrow money, they put it in the dirt, and they pray and they hope that that fall that there's something to go back there and pick up to take care of their family for the next year. Every single farmer is responsible for feeding 155 people. That means that in my great state of South Dakota, there's 46,000 producers. South Dakota feeds 7 million people. That's our job. And it's a risky business. This year, in light of this drought situation, we're certainly seeing that. We are just in South Dakota one lightning strike away from disaster. We are just one hailstorm away from losing operations. We have one drought that can truly devastate this industry that we see and that we engage in every single day. And that's why a farm bill is so important. That's why we need the certainty that it brings. And that's why we need to get this farm bill done now. You know, global food prices have gone up 10% since June and July, and that's partly impacted by the drought that we've seen in this country. But every single family in this country feels the pain when our food prices go up. And that is the story that we need to continue to tell to people all across this world, is that we feed this country, that we feed this world. And for me, food is a national security issue. The minute that we don't grow our own food in this country and we rely on another country to feed us, that's when we truly are in peril. That's when they control us. That's when they control our decision making. So we need to continue to work together. I was very proud. I tell people a lot of times that the funnest day, the best day that I've had here in Washington, D.C. so far, because I'm new, I was just elected in 2010, was the day we marked up the Ag Bill in the House Agriculture Committee. And it was because it was bipartisan. We felt like we were legislating. We talked about amendments. We debated them back and forth. We agreed. We disagreed. We convinced our members of good policy, and then we got it done and passed the bill out of committee. You know, I've heard a lot of excuses as to why this farm bill isn't done yet. And frankly, I'm tired of excuses. Washington, D.C. makes up too many excuses. And I'm not taking it anymore. I hope you aren't taking it anymore. Let's get to work done, and let's get a farm bill now. Thank you.